Deep under the mountains, far from sunlight, lays a world few have ever seen. Place where fire meets stone, and legends are forged in molten rivers. This is Svartalfheim, the realm of the dwarves, home to master smiths, creators of the gods, greatest treasures, and I've brought it to life in Minecraft. It all started by generating a new world and searching for a good mountain biome to terraform. I found this spot here that looked promising. Even though the mountain seemed big, it wasn't massive enough for what I had in mind. So let's pull out the axiom mode and let's start terraforming. Now that we have our towering mountains, I textured them to make them feel more rugged and imposing. Perfect. Next, I built a wooden path winding around the mountains for the dwarves to roam. Because, yes, most of the dwarves live underground, mining and searching for gold, but some stay outside, like guarding the mountain from any intruders or creatures. So we need paths circling the entire mountain, and some will be cutting through it, and finally, a single path leading up to the very top of the mountain. So this build is actually part of my Norse mythology series, where I'm creating all 9 realms. We've already built 5 realms plus Yggdrasil, the giant world tree, and this is the 6th realm we're building right now. So if you haven't seen those yet, check them out after this one, and while you're there, make sure to subscribe, and back to the video. So I started adding houses carved directly into the mountain walls. I've actually got a library of blueprints that I use for these kind of stuff. And if you want to access all these assets, head over to my Patreon in the description. Even as free member, you can grab them. And of course, if you decided to support the channel as a paid member, I'd really appreciate that. And you'll also get access to all my previous builds. But anyway, let's place more houses now all across this mountain. So once the houses were in, I textured the wooden path and started like hardscaping with trees across the landscape. And now it looks really beautiful. But it only looks beautiful from the outside, but remember, the heart of this build is the inside, the mountain. So let's dig a massive opening leading into the first chamber, the entrance to the underground civilization. The first chamber needed an epic entrance. So I copied a giant helmet from a previous build. I retextured it and added axes beside it, and it looks epic now. So while I'm working on the staircase, here's the story behind this cave. So this was the very first place the dwarves dug. They discovered gold and resources, and they started camping here. And after that, they decided to keep digging deeper to get extra resources, extra gold, and abandoning the surface houses for a vast underground home. And now for the second chamber. So the dwarves dug further and further and opened this huge space where they mined all the resources, but they eventually hit the Earth's mantle, unleashing rivers of lava. So in order to survive, they had to build a massive bridge across the molten pit. Without it, they couldn't wall, leave, or transport their gold or any resources between the chambers. But the chamber still was too hot and unstable, so they abandoned it. Still, I added these railings here to the bridge and some rocks inside the lava pit and some other islands of stones just to make it look detailed and alive. And now it really feels epic. So because of the lava's heat, transporting resources became nearly impossible on foot. So the dwarves had to build minecart tracks like high above the lava to to move everything safely and quickly using minecarts. And with that, the second chamber was complete. And honestly, I'm super satisfied with how it turned out. But here's something I needed to share. So while working on this project, my PC kept crashing and lagging until it eventually broke completely. Thankfully, I had finished the build before that happened, but I couldn't edit or post the video or do anything. I had to wait a whole month, save up money, and with my wife's help, I finally bought a better computer. I honestly thought about quitting YouTube at all because I don't earn anything from it yet, and I still have family and bills to cover. But with everyone's encouragement and with the hope that one day this can become a career, I decided to continue and to buy the new PC. So please, if you're enjoying this, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. Your support is what keeps me going, and thanks again. And now back to the build. So for the third chamber, I wanted it to be more organic, so I terraformed the space and added giant pillars to support the ceiling to not fall on the ground, and built a huge furnace where they smelt ores. But unfortunately, when transferring files from my old PC to this new one, I lost some recordings and I already cleared the storage too soon, so I'm sorry about that. But I still have the replay mode time lapses, so you'll see the rest this way. So now for the fourth chamber. This became the dwarves' true settlement. Walking across that dangerous lava bridge on the second chamber was really risky and exhausting, so they moved here. So I dug this massive space and built elevated paths and platforms above patches of lava because they learned from their mistakes. They're not gonna leave really close to the Earth's mantle where lava could rise, so they had to build these platforms to raise above the lava. So that's what I did. And then filled all these platforms with houses from my blueprints, which again, you can go ahead to my Patreon to get. I also carved homes into the mountain walls. And to move resources in and out from this settlement, they dug huge tunnels fitted with rails and mine carts and trains. So that's what we did next. And now, with the settlement complete, I needed to create the mountain above. So I thought my first mountain was big, but it was nothing. Really nothing compared to this one. It took ages to terraform it naturally and to make it look organic, and texture it with rocks, some natural colors, snow, grass, and stone. But eventually it turned out really, really beautiful. And then I went underground again to shape the ceiling and add in some noise and some reshaping and some texturing and recoloring until it looked very realistic. After that, I placed these pillars that are actually doubling as both like pipes to vent heat outside and bring fresh air inside, and also to support and hold the mountain together. Actually, days went into detailing colors and blocks and textures of this fourth chambers, and I lost a lot of hours doing that, but I enjoyed every single second spending it here on this fourth chamber. So until this giant chamber felt truly alive. But we're still not done. The dwarves needed one final chamber, their treasure vault. So I dig it out, detailed it carefully, and filled it with all the wealth they mined. Gold, diamonds, iron, whatever they mined, they kept it here in this vault. This was the chamber that mattered the most to them. Their riches, their pride, and their legacy. And there you have it, the realm of Svartalfheim built in Minecraft. From towering mountains to sprawling underground halls, every chamber tells a story of struggle, survival, and craftsmanship. So if you enjoyed, again, like the video, comment down below what you think, and thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to check my Patreon for free blueprints and watch the previous videos in the Norse mythology series to catch up, and I'll catch up on you on the next one. Bye!